I'm here to remind you today that your life, your goals, your dreams and ambitions require you to become intentional with your energy, because the world around you will get you caught up in shit that isn't going to take your life forward. And that's what we're discussing today. 3 ways to stop giving a fuck, because you don't need to, but you keep doing it. And that's exactly why you feel drained. That's exactly why you feel unmotivated, because you keep giving your energy, power, and fucks away for free to things and people that do not matter. And the more you care, the more you feed into that, the more you are delaying what is truly meant for you and the things that you need to accomplish. So let's get started. Number 1, you need to handle that inner voice of yours. That is more than half the issue. Because if you don't, and somebody calls you stupid, you're going to believe them. Somebody calls you ugly, you're going to feel self-conscious. Somebody says something negative about you, you're going to start to feel the anxiety of those comments. And your inner voice will drive you nuts about that. And then what does that do to your confidence? Does not help it. So you have to check that inner voice so that you understand what your truth is, what your voice is saying to you. And you can separate that from the external noise, because that inner voice will agree to those things, will attach itself to those things. You need to become intentional with what that inner voice is saying, and you need to have the tools in place to make sure that you can shift your inner voice when it needs to be shifted. So whether that's thoughts coming into your mind and you redirect them right away, whether that's you start humming, singing, listening to a meditation, you have to figure out what tool works for you. I need to have that in place, because that inner voice will make you doubt yourself, will put your confidence down, will blow things out of proportion when it doesn't need to be like that. Sometimes personally, I got to put on some calming music so that I'm not listening to my inner voice. I almost have to go out of my own mind, because when that inner voice is acting up, I'm not going to sit in that place. That's like sitting in front of a friend and getting bitched at for no reason. No, you're going to get up and leave the room. Same thing. You're not going to pay attention to those thoughts. You're not going to feed those thoughts, because that will mess you up. So start treating it like a full-time job. From the minute you wake up to when you go to bed, you need to really tune in and listen to and understand the tone of your inner voice, what it's saying to you, what it repeats, what's not true. These are all very real things. And if you just let it keep going without actually putting your foot down and making changes and having those tools in place to redirect that voice, it's going to be a hard journey, this life for you. Sometimes it's our own inner voice that is the root of our self-doubt. That is the root of our lack of self-confidence and self-esteem. So we can point fingers all day at other people like it's their fault, or life just got the best of you. But guess what? Half the time, it's your inner voice that is participating in that dialogue that's not even your own. And the amount of energy that you waste when you're just recycling these unnecessary thoughts is not the way to take your life forward. It's draining. It takes up way too much of your power. So if you let that inner voice run wild and free, you're in trouble. So one of the best gifts you can give yourself, and one of the most valuable skills you can cultivate, is to be able to tune into, listen to, nurture, and redirect that inner voice. And this goes hand in hand with the journey of self-realization and getting to know yourself. Because the more you know yourself, which includes knowing how your inner voice operates, the more confident and comfortable you will feel in your own skin and about yourself. And that's exactly how you stop giving a shit about what other people are saying or what life is trying to change you into. Because a lot of it's not true, but you're going to keep going in that direction if you don't check your inner voice and feed it positivity. Feed it things that are feel good. And that's how you're going to stop giving a fuck and get back to your confident self. Number 2, when you do what you said you were going to do, feeling accomplished, getting your things done, keeping the promises that you made to yourself is how you're going to stop giving a fuck. And honestly, that builds trust in yourself as well. You know how much you begin to trust yourself when you keep those promises? You become more fearless because you know you accomplished A, B, and C. And it gives you that energy and that battery and that fuel that you need to keep going. You challenge yourself in this way. That's how life starts to change in front of your eyes. You have dreams, you have goals, but do you feel good about the effort and time and energy that you're putting into those dreams and goals and ambitions? Which involves discipline at the end of the day. So whether that's waking up and moving your body, whether that's putting in those hours that you know are required for that project you're working on, your side business, are you on top of the things on your to-do list? And when you're so focused on what you're building and what you're doing with your life, the less you're going to look around and give a shit about what other people think, what they're saying, what they think about you. It's not going to matter. It truly matters when you don't feel good about yourself, when you're not working on things, when you don't have something to call your own. You know how discouraging and negative of a feeling it is inside of you when you don't have much going on because you have too much mental space to think about shit that doesn't matter. You're going to stress out. You're going to think about little problems. You're going to remember what somebody said to you a year ago. That's where your mind goes when you're not working on things. And that's how you give too much of a fuck about what's going on around you. And all the things that you're doing, the band-aids that you're putting on your wounds, they, after a while, don't even work anymore. So you need to fill your mind with your passions, with things that make you feel good, with work and feeling accomplished. That's how you pour into yourself. And when you're standing on business like that, your energy shifts as well. And people will notice that. I mean, that's how you truly stand in your power and your confidence. And energetically, you start to vibrate higher because your mind is free of the BS of the external world. You have feelings of excitement and hope and drive instead. And that's the type of energy you want to put out there. People will notice Almost like, hey, what did you do to yourself? Did you get a new haircut? No, bitch. I've been working on my shit and I'm feeling good inside. It's my energy. I'm radiating. The conversations you have will be different because the more you feed yourself with knowledge and you read, you research, you work on things, the better your vocabulary becomes, the more you have to talk about, and your social skills even improve because you walk into rooms a more confident version of yourself. So use your energy to build, to create, because that's exactly how you're going to stay out of your mind and you're going to drop into your heart. And when you're working and moving through life through your heart, let me tell you, it's a different energy. It's a different power. The mind is a busy, busy place. So you need to make sure you're working on things that make you feel good and you're keeping those promises and you're elevating your life and you're upgrading in every aspect and you're putting in that effort. That is the cycle and the gift that keeps on giving. And the more you pour into yourself, the less you're going to give a shit about what's going on outside of you. That is how you're going to feel amazing about yourself. Number 3, this one is so important. You need to do an inventory of the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Who are the 5 people you're spending the most time with? Because you know they say you're the 6th. So whatever that group looks like and those people, the type of people those are, is very indicative of how you are. And it also shows your standards. And it shows what you're about. So you need to make sure the people around you are at that level, if not higher. And that's how you have access to people with knowledge that can help you. It's a game changer. I always say, sometimes I don't want to be the smartest in the room. I want to be the dumbest in the room so I can learn. So I know I can go to these levels so that I don't feel like nobody's inspiring me, teaching me anything. No, I love to be around people that intimidate me a little bit because that's valuable to your life. What's the other option? You're going to surround yourself with people that have nothing better to do than to talk about others, to complain about their lives, to keep expressing how miserable they are. That's the type of shit that you don't understand, is that you need to get rid of that kind of energy, or you need to distance it. You need to do whatever you need to do to make sure your whole ecosystem is positive and inspiring and encouraging, because you need that fuel to keep going. And if you don't have uplifting people around you, do what I did. I went out and found them, and I did not settle. And let me tell you, the universe works in funny ways. When you put those kind of intentions out and you make the efforts to put yourself in uncomfortable situations like going to networking events or putting yourself out there to meet people, that's when those people come into your radar and you attract. That's how it works. But it starts with letting go. And that's the scary part. But on the other side of fear are always blessings. And that's what you need to understand. You need to trust yourself enough and you need to trust the universe enough to know that when you're focused on building people and a team around you that's positive, that you will be aligned with those types of energy and those types of souls. That's just how the law of energy works. So get serious about this. You are a reflection of the people that you keep around you. So look around, honestly, write it down, the 5 people and their qualities. And if any of them make you feel on edge, make you feel anxious, make you feel like you're not worthy enough, that needs to go. That is not a reflection of self-love, that is a slow killer. That will take you out. And all of that energy that's being mishandled and misused is not going to allow you to focus on your dreams. So surround yourself with people that give that good energy that you can feed off. That's the type of energy you want to feed off externally. There's a lot of distractions, but hold on to those people that make you feel alive inside and feed off of that. Fill your plate up with that, because the wrong people will have the wrong energy, and that energy is going to impact your energy. So you need to make sure you're around people that inspire you, that encourage you, that uplift you, and that truly care about you, your success, and what you have going on in your life. You need support, you need love, and you need care. So if you have people in your corner that aren't giving you those things, you're going to drain yourself. What I want you to understand is that you're full of confidence. It may be suppressed and hidden, but it's in there. So be very mindful, just like I said, of the people that are around you. Be very mindful of the habits, your discipline, the things you're giving yourself, and what you're doing for yourself. That all impacts how you feel about yourself and your confidence. And that's how you stop giving a fuck. You need to be in tune with that inner voice. Become best friends with it. Have a positive dialogue with it. That's how you start to change your world. When you change your internal world, you will see the positive impacts it makes in your external reality. Trust me on that one. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thank you for joining me. I would love to hear your comments. Please leave me a comment below, and I will see you for the next episode. Thank you for all the love and support. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.